Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We're pleased to be joined by the most recent winner of the Cars Tour, Daniel Silvestri of Sellers Motorsports. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing well. It's been a pretty good day for you and a pretty good weekend for you after picking up that win last night in Dominion. Just kind of go through that and just how did you do it?
Oh, it was amazing. It was great to just do it in front of a lot of hometown friends and family. I had a lot of people at that racetrack, and what was great about it is just raced there. I raced there all last year during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's my closest racetrack to home, and I knew a lot of people there. And we just had that race circled from the beginning of when we started this deal. First year running the Cars Tour. We knew it was going to be a challenge, but I knew in the back of my mind, no matter what we went through, when we got to Dominion, we can be competitive there. I knew for a fact we can be good there. And the work Sellers Racing did to get a better car and to work on it to find speed. We found it on Wednesday, and from there on, I just think as soon as we unloaded on Friday for practice, I think everybody knew that we were the car to beat, and we showed it on Saturday.
Yeah. So not a lot of people know a lot about you. Kind of talk about how you're just tell us a little bit about yourself and how'd you get into this racing thing?
Well, I'm 18 years old. I'm from outside of DC, and so my parents not really big into racing. I was just the weird kid who was just really into cars and motorsports and all that. I started at a ride and drive go-kart place when I was 6.5. My parents brought me there one time for a work thing, and I didn't want to leave. And at that point, I was hooked. Like, I wanted to go. That was my racing deal. I really, really got into it at the 10 to 11 years age. And from that point forward, I've raced Bandoleros, Legends, late models, and now I'm in the car store doing the big time late model stock stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. I've just enjoyed doing all of it.
Yeah. So I know that Dominion is, technically your home track. You had to beat out local track stars, of course, Doug Barnes, well known there as well, and plus the rest of the Cars Tour. And how talented every one of those drivers are. To get your first win in the Cars Tour, I mean, I asked you before, but what does it mean to you to win?
It's huge. I think the Cars Tour is probably the best thing going. I've said this multiple times. It's the best thing going in short track racing in the country. I really do believe that. I think the show we put on every single race this year has been incredible. I think the level of competition is insane, to be honest. What you have to do, it's not just we've had a lot of talented drivers come in, and it's not just driver. It's got to be crew chief, car. Your whole entire team has got to be 100% for you to win these races. And we've seen it to where, like, I raced Mike Looney all yesterday, and Mike's an incredible driver, but he just hasn't had the car in past races to be able to not fail on him, and he's just not had the car for him to win. And he's a great driver, and it's hard to win a Cars Tour race, even if someone's that much talent to win. It's just huge. I think this is, if you prove yourself at the Cars Tour level, in front of some of the best late model stock drivers in the country.
So I know that you have aspirations to go to NASCAR as you try to make your way up the ladder. How long do you want to, race in the Cars Tour? Have you had those conversations yet, or where do you want this to go? Because I know what your eventual goal is for almost every kid that wants to race stock cars. The goal is NASCAR. But how long do you want to stay in the Cars Tour? Do you want to go right away, or do you want to say let's just what's the plan?
Well, I think, you have to take your time with this. Obviously, you're looking for every opportunity you can get, and I'm blessed enough with my family, to be able to run the Cars Tour. But I do know the financial implications of trying to continue to move up, and we're looking at that. We're talking to a lot of people. We're putting the effort into it to see if we can make something happen. I definitely love Racing Cars Tour. I don't think I'm going to stop Racing Cars Tour unless like something else opens up and I'm going a different direction and we feel like it's time to. I think the competition level is just so good. I don't see anything really worth running other than going to run trucks or Xfinity if I'm not running Cars Tour, because
Right.
I think that's just the hardest thing to do, and that's I'm gonna get better just running that.
Yeah. When you talk about running short tracks, of course, there's between you guys and SRX, it's pretty good with all the short tracks and stuff. Well, by far, what is your favorite track?
Ooh, we've been to a few this year that have been a lot of fun. Dominion's always a great racetrack for me, and I love racing there. I wouldn't say though, driving wise, Dominion's a pretty easy racetrack in terms of how fast and high grip it is. My two favorites right now are probably gonna be um, Orange County and Hickory. Hickory's been good to me. The first time around there, that was my best finish before last night. And Orange County was just a blast. Like that's a really fun racetrack. If they ever kept it up a bit better, I mean that'd be the fastest racetrack in the area. Um, I mean, both of those places have been really fun.
Yeah. Okay, so since you won your first Cars to race, maybe not a lot of people know about you. Let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
Let's do it.
Let's make this fun. So, um, of course, there's all these other, different sports out there and stuff. Kind of like, do you have a favorite sports team you root for, like a stick and ball sports, or are you just primarily just I'm just a racing guy?
I mean, I love all sports to be honest. I loved football, baseball. I'm a huge Philadelphia sports fan. That's where my dad grew up.
Oh,
So Eagles, Sixers, uh, Phillies,
you've gone through a lot of
Flyers.
pain, sir.
Yeah, I have. But man, 2017 was a great year. That was an amazing year when they won the Super Bowl. I remember running around the house when they won. I've been to multiple Sixers games. When they played the Wizards, I drove up to Philly, watched that game, and came back down and watched the playoff game here just recently with some of my friends. That
Yeah,
was a lot of fun. So I've been to a lot of Nationals and Phillies games. So I generally keep up with everything
nice.
um, in sports and motorsports in general.
Is there a favorite? Is like, I know there's all those teams, but is there like a distinct favorite team you root for?
Yeah, football's the biggest thing in Philadelphia, so Eagles all the way. I think everyone loves the Eagles, and probably Sixers would be the second. I love football and basketball probably the most.
Oh boy, wow, a rough few weeks for you.
Yeah, well, we got Game 7 tomorrow, so hopefully we get past Atlanta. I'm a little worried, but if we get past Atlanta, we'll see if we can get past Milwaukee. I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Oh boy, yeah, it'll be an interesting one for Game 7.
Yeah, it'll be
Um,
crazy.
so okay, so if do you have like besides, I know you have like, do you have a favorite like go-to place for food that doesn't count like home meals don't count in this question? Do you have like what's your like go-to place for food if you have to go out and get something?
Well, I work at Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Yeah, I work at Chick-fil-A. It's my part-time job,
Not
and it's kind of a hang off a lot of our friends. I eat Chick-fil-A a lot. I eat a lot of Chick-fil-A, and you think you get sick of it, but I end up eating more of it.
really.
Yeah,
One of those restaurants where you don't like get sick of and stuff. It's
yeah. It's weird. Like I went to the beach, um, and I came back, and I didn't have Chick-fil-A all week. I came back, I was like, I just really want a sandwich, and I was like, and it's like, and you think I've been there like I get every time I work 3 to 4 times a week, I eat Chick-fil-A food for break. So, I'm eating it a lot. It's probably not the best for me. I do my best to stick to this. Found creative ways to keep off the bread and stick to salads and fruits
nice.
um but uh I definitely that would be my number one place. I'm hooked to it.
Well, of course, it's where you work, bud.
Hmm.
Yeah. We don't have much Chick-fil-A's around here, but when one pops up, everyone flocks to it. It's like, oh,
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
No, it's like when they put a Culver's in town. It's like, oh,
Mhm,
maybe I need to go there or something. So
mhm.
yeah, or they have I don't know. Why don't we don't have any Waffle Houses where we live either. So that's first off that's wrong, but whatever. Okay, so what's your out of like do you have like a favorite like activity you like to do like boating, water skiing or swimming or anything like that?
Well, I also I play a lot of iRacing too. I do a lot of iRacing. In terms of outdoor stuff, uh, I do in the winter. I snowboard. I love going to the lake a little bit, going to the beach as well. I love just like anything hanging out with my friends is a lot of fun. Um, I actually play also a lot of spike ball. That's something I've gotten really into. I play spike ball probably 2, 3 times a week with friends. We'll go out, take a net, and start playing. Um, so I do a lot of like athletic stuff. So I'm kind of all over the place. If there's something fun, I'll end up going doing it.
So kind of talk about spike ball for a second. I know that's kind of getting popular by the day. What got you into it? Because I've seen it played before and it's absolutely insane.
I uh I don't know. I remember dude, this went 4 years ago. I was at something, someone taught me how to play it, and I started just messing around with it. I started meeting other people who like to play it, and all you need is 4 people. And what's crazy about spike ball is that it's more fun the better you get at it. If you can get 4 good people at spike ball, it's amazing. Like you are running all over the place, diving, going for all this. It becomes a lot of fun. It's one of those weird things where everyone being so good can make it just like 10 times better of a game.
Nice.
Yeah.
And all right, last one. Name three things that people may not know about
Whew. All right. See, this is the funny thing. My immediately thing that comes to my head is I'm a race car driver, but that doesn't work here.
you.
It's
No,
because uh,
it's because
because
I cover race.
yeah, exactly. It's that's I because I get these questions at like school, and I'm that's the first thing that's what I am.
Yeah,
But I am actually half Puerto Rican.
really.
Yes. Okay. Shoot, I was gonna say I work at Chick-fil-A. Already covered that one. Um, huh. I'm trying to think of like, man, there's some of the other things that are I'm trying to think of.
Hmm,
Uh, 3 things about me.
yeah.
Mm, all right. Man, I feel like I've already covered so much about myself. I'm trying to think of something new. Uh,
You got to think of like interesting things, like maybe
interesting
a
things.
hidden talent you have, or maybe like we didn't cover this, but a movie or TV show that you like, or maybe something, maybe an interesting story that you have, or maybe you know people use like weird injuries or something.
Okay, so I think one thing I am really into, I really like watching some of those mystery like TV shows. So like Psych, NCIS. My whole family likes watching
It's
those.
like those unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, yeah. I love those. Those are cool. I think those in mystery stuff is actually really, really cool. Um, I know the entire Talladega Nights by heart. I could go off and
Oh
start going by
God,
it.
don't.
And and as a
Oh,
I'm a little bit rusty, but as a kid, I knew the entire thing by heart. I could like they could turn off any sound in the movie, and I could just start. I knew the entire thing by heart. Um, and I don't know if I can do it now. It's been a while, but there was a time
there was
where
a time where you could if you could turn off mute you can understand what there's well the thing is
oh
you can also you can also
well
you
yeah.
can also like when it's on mute you can actually like see like what that like when they're moving their mouths or something.
Yeah. Well, I could. There was one point where we were going through. I was hanging out with some friends, and we were talking about movies or one of our favorite movies, and
No,
I
have you
was like,
seen okay, so have you seen like Days of Thunder and stuff?
I have, but it's not. I've not been as into Days of Thunder as I thought. I like Talladega Nights better for some reason. As much as it's a spinoff and a joke, I just thought it's a great movie.
Okay, so go back to what you were saying.
I was saying that on a bus one time, they asked me, and I just like, okay, I will say the entire movie right now. And I just started saying the entire movie, like in my head, all the lines, the first initial scene where he's driving in the night with her in the back, and the entire thing.
Oh,
The
like when
entire
they
thing.
oh is it like when they had the kid in the car and all
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Yep. Having Ricky in the car, entire thing, to all the way to his first race, entire movie.
Like when
And
they like when
night scene, the entire thing.
okay, so what is your favorite part?
Oh, when he first hops in the car and goes, I think that's like just so, like I see me in that, like the incredible, just like the joy of getting in a race car and just going fast. The first time he hops in that laughing clown, whatever, malt liquor
Yeah.
26, and I just thought that's just such a great scene. I see in myself and part of that. I feel like I'd be the same way. It's like I'm driving a NASCAR. Let's go. Um,
Are you
so
are so when you get in the car, do you like have you said I'm going fast in a race car before on the radio?
on the radio,
Yeah.
no. To myself, yeah. I'm the first time I drove a late model Dominion. Man, that was the first time I drove a late model Dominion. I had to like catch my breath for 2 seconds because I was crazy fast. Because we averaged 97 miles an hour around that place, so that's crazy fast. Uh, and so yeah, I've definitely had a few Ricky Bobby moments in the car.
Okay, if you're Ricky Bobby, who is do you have a Jean Girard out there or something?
Right now, no. Um, right now, no. I didn't really have any last year. I didn't really have any. My Cal Naughton Jr. is definitely Jake Waltman. He's my best bud. We've been best friends for forever.
Yeah.
So John, I don't. It's hard because I've never had to really race anyone run one on one. I would say the two people that would fit that role last year, not really, but could, is Peyton Sellers and Doug Barnes. Actually, him and like we never really got into it, but like we raced each other. Like those are the people you're racing for the win.
You mean the guy that jumped on the car?
Yeah. That Doug.
Yeah.
I never got into it with him though. I never got into it like he did with Tyler, but um,
Yeah.
yeah.
That by the way. Yeah. Doug comes on this podcast a lot. So
Oh yeah, I was just saying, as you asked for somebody, like I took it as John Jarre, like someone you had to race.
yeah,
Like
I
a
know.
guy.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's fun.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
I mean, he has that John Girard approach to it. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. And of course Peyton Sellers has it as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll
also
race for
your
the
car
win.
owner.
Yeah, that was a different dynamic too. It's like I had to race my car owner for the win multiple times. So that was that's a different that's definitely a different feeling
Yeah.
to wanting to be nice to him and trying to win yourself.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to wreck your boss, but you'd wreck anybody for the win, wouldn't you?
All right, if there's a hole for it, I'm gonna go for it.
That's what you're supposed to say, bud. Um, all right, Daniel Silvestri, thank you so much for coming on. Congrats on the win, and we'll definitely have you on in a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.